Righto, so it's Friday and Simon and Nik have turned up with a whole lot of new nice bits and pieces to go in, so they're straight into it. So we're just testing the floor panels. So they've made flat panels. Tell me what you've been doing, buddy.
Yeah, so we've made up flat floors for it and put like a nice roll in it, so it's still got that factory look rather than being real boxy. Yeah, that's it there. So still looks factory, but it will be just nice and dead flat and really smooth.
So part of the problem is obviously the underfelt's not flat enough, and then you put the carpet in and it just doesn't sit right.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty, flat to start with, but they're still a bit lumpy and bumpy. So by doing that, it just gets rid of it and makes it all nice and really smooth. And
then the bit I've been waiting for is we've now finally got some tan. So the idea today is to get the rest of the glove box area fitted out so that Luke's coming in tomorrow to fit the MSD and he needs to know where that's all going to go. So how good's all this stuff looking? So a lot of this is pretty much original FG stuff, and then we've just pulled it all apart and you can see there, so that'll be two-tone, and this area here I've done in the grey, the same as the engine bay. So the idea is to bring all those colours in, and then this bit here, this is the other side, the same as that. So I'm just loving the look of that. It just feels really factory, but not like anything you've seen before. So the other thing that they brought over, and I hadn't thought about doing, but Simon's actually added that tan to the shifter, and I'm loving the look of that. And when you put that in the car next to the dash, it just looks really cool.
Yeah, it ties it all together.
So we're trying to keep that factory feel, and it just looks really sort of upmarket with the chrome against the silvers and all. So pretty much hanging now to see some of this going in. Just sort of give you a quick little walkthrough on Sunday. So I've got Ben in today, so we mainly do paint work on Sundays, but I had a couple of brackets on here that I hadn't painted, so I thought I'd rip those off, and I had to hang the brakes up because they were already bled. So Phil's been here getting all his stuff done during the week, and we managed to get all the gearbox and all finalised. And while we've been setting stuff up, I had a run in this door jamb I hadn't done, so I thought I'd better fix that. So I've just been doing lots of little filling jobs. Got to put one door on today. I'll get another one on probably later in the day, and that's looking real nice the way that's fitted up. And just getting the grill ready to paint. So we'd had the chrome moulding and all done, but it just had a few wear marks on it from us doing things here in the workshop. So I've just given that a quick polish. I've got all of the doors polished now. Well, there we go, just get the camera right. So all the doors are done now, and I'm just going to get those fitted up as I can. And then what we're doing is in the booth, so I've got Chop It under the carport today from next door because he's got a party with all his kids. So we're babysitting that because it might rain. So what we've got in here, Ben's just cleaning stuff up. I'm going to get the gun going shortly. So these are the parts for the parcel shelf. And then we had a bit of a drama with tail shaft lengths and things. So that ended up getting rebalanced. So I had to repaint that. The panels for the underside are now finished. I'm going to put some grey on those. And then when we did the panels up at PPG, the inside just got a bit of a tiny bit of colour and a bit of clear in the process up there. So I'm now going to just give those some grey. So I'll put some ground coat on those, and then some base coat, and then some matte clear. And they're those brackets off the front end off the brakes that were all linished up but hadn't been painted, and I needed to get them on for Phil. So sometimes we're working backwards, but it's all about keeping everyone moving forward because of the timeline we're on. So it's Sunday, it's after lunch. I'm going to get my kit on and get in the booth and get that organised. Ben will get that grill ready, and we might get some paint on that as well. So that had been repaired. So now I'm just going to put some ground coat on that as well. And we've just been polishing that with that Merker tool, which is really a godsend. It's been really good. So just a few things that are happening. One of the issues about trying to get one of these cars together like this in such a short period of time has been organised. So whilst we're relatively organised, there's still a few things that have got to be done at the last minute. So I've got the workshop manual. So this is a genuine XC manual because we're doing the XC doors. And all of these parts have been cleaned up and a little bit of paint if they needed it. So they're the runners to go inside the door. So I'm just working out which ones to do this left-hand rear door. And these rails here go onto the glass, and then there's that's the original pad that goes between the glass and there. So I'm just making some new ones of those out of some steel I've got there, just punching a hole in them. So they'll go between the glass and the steel. And then these little plastic clips go in with a pin to hold it all together. So what I'm doing is collecting all the parts, and then when Darren's back tomorrow, he can actually have all the bits he needs and assemble it up, because last night I put the handle in, and I put this on here this morning because the colour's so dark in the light here, and only walked into it a couple of times. But what I'm looking for is that, just a nice forward feeling. So now we'll get the windows hopefully to do the same thing, and we can move on and just keep going door to door and get all this stuff done this week. One of the last jobs that we've had done, and you've seen on the video, was making the radiator. So I've got that back and it's sitting on the mounts that we'd already made. I'm a little bit worried, it seems a little bit high, but I'm picking up the bonnet tomorrow. And I'm going to put that on and just make sure I've got clearance to the underside. So Phil's got me a speed flow cap to go on there. So it takes a standard cap, so I can save a little bit of room. I can get it off. I can save a little bit of room if I go back to a standard cap, but I'm thinking it might need to go down, and we can do that fairly easy. And then this is the Spow single fan that's going to go in there like that, and we've got enough clearance to do that. We're just going to make up an aluminium shroud to go on there now to take the fan. So that's going to happen later in the week, and that's the last of our big fab jobs, I think. And then Howard will be back in the spray booth putting a bit of paint on it. will be our last episode before Christmas, so I thought I'd try and show a bit of Christmas cheer. So I'm going to probably get a day or two off over the break to spend with my family. And I really just want to thank everybody for following us all year and hope you enjoy your Christmas and the new year. What I really wanted to do though was to thank all of the guys that help out and girls in building these sort of cars, because since school holidays, Heather's now even become the childcare centre for Astral Design, because you know, Simon and Phil, all of those people that come and help out, and obviously Louise working for me doing the editing, all those kids have got to be looked after because they're not at home working. So thanks to everybody for following. I hope we'll catch up to you down at the Summernats. Enjoy your Christmas, and we'll have one more episode before we get to New Year.